Hello again, everyone. I have decided to record this session with the purpose of wanting to be of help and be of assistance to you as you finish your requirements on Community Health Nursing Skills Laboratory. So there are five, no? There are five areas or topics that we're in. Meron kayong mga requirements. Yun nga is yung una is the community as people, the community as a place, tapos yung problem tree, analysis ninyo, tapos yung training design, and then yung project proposal. So all of these, actually, these five outputs that you're going to finish no on those from those respective topics magagamit ninyo gagamitin ninyo next year when you do your actual community immersion. No? So what do we do ba in the actual community immersion? Our purpose basically is to plan to plan to meet the health problems of the population in that particular community where you are going to be assigned. And sabi nga ni Maglaya, sabi nga ni Professor Luz Barbara Dones, who wrote chapter 7 no, from the book of Maglaya about planning, no, planning for community health nursing programs and services. Sabi niya, as the community health nurse plans to meet the health problems and needs of the population, there are four basic questions that are asked. No, and this is actually she is just actually echoing also what Dr. Mercado has suggested in terms of public health nursing. So, what are these questions? Una muna is where are we now? Pangalawa, where do we want to go? Pangatlo, how do we get there? And pang-apat, how do we know we are there? So, in layman's term, kumbaga, when you talk with the members of the community, no, these are the same four basic questions that we're going to share with them. Kasi, di ba, when we go to the community, we are not there to resolve their problems. No, we're not the ones who's going to resolve their problems. We will be working with them so they can resolve their problems. No, we will help them, we will assist them, we will facilitate things so that they can improve their state of health and they can improve the level of health of their families and the community as a whole. So, yun yung sinabi ni Dr. Mercado, which is actually those four questions, in simple terms, they are basically the four steps ng planning cycle that Professor Dones has mentioned in the book of Maglaya. So, sabi niya, ang step 1 doon ay yung situational analysis. So, ano ba yung situational analysis? It actually just answers the question, where are we now? And situational analysis is kung ano ang ginagawa natin sa community diagnosis. We are analyzing the situation of the community. So before we can do that, to be able to do the situational analysis, to be able to study the situation of the community through conducting a community study or the community assessment or the community diagnosis, we need to collect data. And after collecting that data, we need to synthesize those data. And after synthesizing those data, we need to analyze them, and then we interpret the information that we have gathered in a manner that will provide a clear picture of the health status of the community. So again, we collect, we synthesize, we analyze, and then we interpret. So, and that is basically what you did doon sa first and second activity, di ba? Meron na tayong available na data, di ba? And then all you have to do is now to find meaning in that data set that we were able to gather. So nandun na ang case. But remember again, next year, in your actual community immersion, kayo ang gagawa ng data na yan. I mean, kayo ang magpe-present ng data na yan. And before you can present that particular data, you will need to conduct data gathering. You need to collect data. And you need to synthesize those data into a meaningful data set, no? And then, of course, analyze it and then interpret. So, kumbaga ngayon, inano na natin yung collecting, tsaka yung synthesizing. Kumbaga, yung sa skills laboratory natin, what you already have is the collected and the synthesized data. And what you're going to do is just analyze and interpret those information. So, bakit natin ina-analyze at bakit natin ini-interpret? Because it will guide us, no, in identifying appropriately the problems, no, of the community. And when we talk about problem identification in the community, there are mainly three categories, diba, of data. Of problems that you need to be able to identify. Yung nature ng problem in the community are health status problems, tapos meron yung health resources related problems, health resources problems, o kaya at ang health related problems. So, in the lecture, no, of Dr. Delgado, she mentioned to you about, or she discussed, no, those three categories of health problems. Diba? So ano-ano ba yung mga health status problems na yan? Yung unang category ng data. Diba? Actually, the health status problems, no, which is the first category of data, are actually parang kumbaga yung mga health deficits natin ng family health nursing. Kaya lang, ngayon sa community health nursing 2, ang ating health status problems are actually described in terms of increased or decreased morbidity, increased or decreased mortality, fertility, or reduced capability for wellness. Ano yung mga yun? Ano yung mortality? Again, and morbidity. Diba? Sabi natin, mortality are actually the number of deaths. And morbidity naman refers to the illnesses, to the cases. So, when we say hypertension, when we identify hypertension as a health status problem, we know very well na hindi lang enough na na-identify natin na merong may hypertension. What we need to find out is mga ilan in that particular barangay ang may hypertension. Bakit natin kailangan malaman kung ilan o ilang percent ng community ang may hypertension? So that when we design, no, the health program, the health intervention, that would be the basis, kumbaga, of our evaluation kung effective ang ating So our goals and objectives now will focus more on, is it decreasing the number of cases, or kaya for example, measles, yan, upper respiratory tract infection. So we're not just talking about the health deficits about upper respiratory tract infection. We're talking about the incidence, no? The number of cases, the number of new cases, no, and also the number of old cases combined, no. So yung mga ganon, yung incidence rate, prevalence rate, no, of these diseases. So yan, kumbaga yung health status problems of the community, yung mga health deficits na yan, ang kumbaga premise ng utak natin ngayon is yung community as a whole, ilan sa kanila ang may upper respiratory tract infection, who are affected, children ba, meron bang elderly, lalo na ngayon na may COVID, ilan yung children na naapektuhan, ilan yung may elderly, ilan yung may young adult, etc. So that we will be able to analyze very well, no, their problems. So that's the health status problem, no, category. Another category is the health resources problem. So, and the health resources problem may be described in terms of the lack or the absence of manpower, money, materials, no, whether it is institutional, those provided by the government or the state, or even those resources that that involves private sector or non-government organizations. So, meron bang problema about health resources problems? So, or And another category is the health-related problems naman, which are actually described in terms of the existence of social, economic, environmental, and political factors. So, kung titignan mo, no, kung titignan mo yung categories of data doon sa community diagnosis, yung demographic profile, yung health and yung illness patterns, no, yung mortality rates doon, morbidity rates, yan, doon ka makakita ng mga health status problems, no? Pag ano naman, kapag yung second category na social, economic, and cultural variables, nandun yung ating social indicators, economic indicators, pati yung environmental factors, pati yung political and leadership patterns kasama doon sa health related problems. So tatlo, health status, health resources, health related. So yun. So yun ang kailangan nating ma-identify after na ma-analyze at ma-interpret natin yung data that we have gathered doon sa community assessment. Pero yun nga, para ma-facilitate yung problem identification and explanation, we need to develop a problem tree. So, because the problem tree can actually lead us to the probable causes of the health status problems. So, like for example, merong incidence ng parasitism, or high incidence of parasitism in that barangay, maybe in Wawa, in Sitio Wawa. So, incidence of parasitism, pwede nating, so sa objective cues natin dyan, kung ilan ang may intestinal parasites doon, or ilan yung target, para magkaroon tayo ng target population para sa deworming. So, kailangan natin ma-identify sino yung may mga symptoms o kaya those who are at risk for intestinal parasitism, or those who have reported na meron nga silang intestinal parasites. So that is the health status problem, high incidence of intestinal parasitism. Now, if we are going to analyze that problem, we can say that high incidence of intestinal parasitism may actually be related to health resources problems, or kaya health-related problems. Ano yung mga health resources problems at health-related problems na yan? Pwedeng yung low level of education, pwede ring lack of basic health facilities, walang deworming program doon sa barangay, hindi sila naaabot. Tapos also there are unsanitary waste disposal system, which is a health related problem, diba? Kasi poor child care, walang nag-aalaga dun sa bata, nagtatrabaho yung parehas na magulang, naiiwan lang dun sa katulong, tapos hinahayaan lang yung bata magkakaw-kaw doon sa lupa, tapos isusubo. So yon. What else? Poverty, that grinding poverty, in the community. So as you analyze the problem of the community, then you can identify the causes and also the effects of that core problem. So yun nga, in that example, ang ating core problem ay high incidence of intestinal parasitism. So aside from the causes, No, yun nga, sabi natin related yun pa, maybe that is related to ano, to yun nga, the health related, kumbaga that is associated with the health related problems and health resources problems. Um, Aside from that, we can also identify the implications. No? So what are the health implications? So kung mayroong high incidence ng intestinal parasitism, ano pa yung mga pwedeng outcome naman nun from that core problem? So para kang gumagawa ng diagram ngayon. You are ng contextual map, no? Using the arrows, ano, the arrows pointing to the subsequent effect, no, of that, ano, that possible cause. So para kang gumagawa ng pathophysiology. Now, paano nakakatulong yung problem tree? It helps us to it helps us analyze the situation ng ating client, process their situation, mentally process, no, the possible factors, the probable causes ng kanilang health problem. Bakit? Paanong makakatulong sa atin ang problem tree? So we can sufficiently plan, no, for interventions. Na baka akala natin kapag ginawa natin to, magpurga lang, tapos na yung problema ng high incidence of intestinal parasitism. Pero pag tinignan natin yung problem tree, hindi lang naman pala lack of deworming program. Pag inanalyze pala natin doon sa problem tree, lumabas, kasi hindi lang naman lack of yung sa deworming program, hindi sila naabot, kundi may low level of education. Hindi naiintindihan ng nag-aalaga doon sa bata yung kahalagahan ng yung kahalagahan ng pag-aalaga dun sa bata, so they will not develop intestinal parasites. So, kung titignan natin ay so yun nga, so hindi lang pala deworming activities ang kailangan para ma-resolve yung high incidence of intestinal parasitism. Kasi kung lumalabas dun sa problem tree na meron din about low level of education, maybe kailangan natin ng information drive, no, para naman doon sa mga nag-aalaga sa mga bata, no. Tapos also some negative attitude, no, of health providers. Yan, pwede natin rin i-address. So how do we address this negative attitude? So, and what is the reason why they have this negative attitude, no, towards the health providers? No, tapos preoccupation with earning a living. So both parents are working, hindi man lang sa katulong, yung katulong man hindi masyadong na nakikita ang kahalagahan ng good hygiene, no, ng among the kids. So yun nga, yung hindi nabuhugas ng kamay, di ba? Yung mga reason kaya nagkakaroon ng bulate yung mga bata. Diba? Yung kamay, kung saan magkakakaukaw, tapos susubo ng pagkain. Kung hindi mabilis yung nag-aalaga, so wala na. Lagi na lang, kumbaga yung mga mikrobyo at kung ano-ano pa na isusubo ng bata. Okay, so yun, the problem tree helps us identify, kumbaga, other related problems as we continue to analyze, no, as we try to identify problems that are related to the core problem, no. So parang nagiging tree siya. Okay, so yun nga. So basically, the situational analysis, no, or how we analyze the situation of the people, no, in the community involves three activities. Yun nga, yung pag-gather natin ng data so that we can describe the health status of the community And when we discuss the health status of the community, syempre, yun nga, we describe the community as a people, as a place, as a social system, etc. And then second, after gathering the data, the nurse identifies and explains the problem, no, the problem. So, it's not enough that you formulate. So, kailangan nag-formulate ka. Sandali, paano nga pala kayo mag-formulate? So, again, you will use the typology. No? Pero, yung typology kasi na ginamit natin last year is about, ano yun eh, apat yung nature ng problem natin dun, di ba? Naalala ninyo? Ano-ano yung mga yun? Yung foreseeable crisis, wellness condition, health deficit, at saka health threat. Apat, no, yung nature ng health problem, nursing problem sa family health nursing. Pero ngayon nga, ngayon ang community health nursing, tatlo yung category ng problem, yung nature ng problem that we're dealing with. The health status, health resources, tsaka health-related problems. Pero, kumbaga, yung mga specific problem ID, no, problem identification na ginawa natin doon using the typology, those are actually the same. Ang kailangan lang, you need to identify those specific problems. Saan siya magpo-fall? Will it fall under the health-related problem? Will it fall under the health resources problem? Or will it fall under the health status problem? So, yun yung tatlong yun. So, for example, improper garbage disposal. So, saan ba yun lalabas? No? So, health-related problem. Another example, increasing cases or increasing incidence of hypertension. O saan yun natin ilalagay? Hindi natin siya i-identify na health deficit, kundi the increasing incidence of hypertension as a health status problem. Diba? So, yun. So, makikita nyo naman. So, once you are able to identify these problems, then explain these problems and their interrelatedness, no, using the problem key. And then last, the step is the nurse projects what situations needs to be changed, developed, or maintained. No? So, we describe the community as a people. We describe the community as a place. We describe the community as a social system. Now, we decide with the community, alin doon ang i-maintain, alin doon ang kailangan i-improve, at alin doon ang kailangan na mapalitan. Okay? So, yon. And, of course, after that, pag nagawa na natin yon, di ba, ang susunod na question is, ang una kasi, ano pa lang yun? Parang, where are we now? Ang susunod na question, according to the planning cycle discussed by Professor Dones, ay ang where do we want to go? So, when we answer the question, where do we want to go, then we basically formulate our goals and objectives. No, the goals and objectives of what? Our goals and objectives with the community, no, for us health programs. Our goals and objectives of the health programs and nursing services that we're going to provide. No, so nursing services in order that we're going to provide for what? What is the purpose? Basically to change, no, or to improve, or to maintain. Diba? Yun nga yung tatlong yun eh. Either to change, to maintain, or to improve, or develop. So, pag tinignan natin ang purpose, why we are there in the community, again, tandaan niyo, tatlo lang. I-maintain, I repeat again, i-maintain mo ba yung descriptions na nadatnan mo? Kasi pwedeng maganda yung pagdating mo. So, kailangan magkaroon ng intervention para ma-maintain yun. Otherwise, baka mag-backslide. Diba? Or it could also be nadatnan mo. Ito yung status ng community. Pangit, kailangan baguhin. So, another intervention. Baguhin. To what extent? As in 180 degrees turn? Yung mga ganon. Or to what extent? To what degree? Ang changes that we're going to work on. So, change. And another is develop. No? So, develop. Improve. Ano improve natin? So, doon lalabas ngayon yung mga percentage. No, ilang percentage ng population ang affected. No, 'di ba yung sa ating ranking, 'di ba? Yung scoring natin doon kapag 75 to 100 ang population na affected ng ganito. So, this is how we are going to prioritize this problem. So, kaya kailangan natin yan because they will become the basis, kumbaga, of our goals and objectives, no, of our reason for staying in the community. Okay? So, the goals and objectives will serve as a guide, no, for our efforts. Para hindi tayo nawawala, hindi tayo nadidistract. Meron tayong rason bakit nandun. At kahit mahirap, habang hahawakan mo yung goals and objectives mo na yun, hindi ka pwede pang mag-give up kasi meron ka pang goals and objectives. Diba? Ganun sa community. Okay? Unless mag-end contract. Diba? Unless ma-reassign ka. But hanggat nandyan ka, diyan ka naka-assign, then you will always go back to your goals and objectives. So, of course, I will not be discussing about goals and objectives now because Sir Nemi already had a very exhaustive discussion about that. Pero siguro example na lang, like sa health problem. Kanina we mentioned about the high incidence and the prevalence of intestinal parasitism among children. So, ano yung magiging goal natin doon? The example, ang magiging goal natin doon is, since may high incidence, then our goal is to reduce, reduce the incidence and prevalence of intestinal parasitism among children of sitio Kamatsui, or about sitio or wawa, etc. So, reduce. That's goal. That is broad. Napansin nyo, hindi specific. Paano reduce? To what extent ang pagre-reduce? Papasok ngayon doon sa objectives. 75% of children below 6 years old will test negative for parasites after 1 year. So again, 75%. Another objective would be 80% of households will have access to safe waste disposal system within 6 months. Okay? Third objective would be 80% of households will have access to safe and adequate water supply within 6 months. And then another example is 75% of children under 6 years old will have regular clinic visits. So saan natin binis yung mga objectives na yan? Babalik tayo dun sa problem 3. Diba? Yung mga probable causes of that core problem. We need to address yan. So, yan ang ating magiging springboard to develop our objectives. Because anyway, they are the ones causing this problem. They're the probable causes of the problem. Kaya, we are aiming na yun nga, may regular clinic visits. 75% at least of the children, under 6 years old will have the regular clinic visits. So, that's one objective. Also, sa problem 3, lumabas yung water supply. Dahil doon, kaya yung hindi siya safe at hindi rin adequate. Kaya nagkaroon ng high incidence of intestinal parasitism. So what are we going to do? I-increase ang number of households that will have access to that safe, and adequate water supply within 6 months. So meron kang time frame, meron kang way to measure your progress. Okay? So again, yun. Minsan, you're at a loss. Ano nang objective ko? Paano itong mariresolve ang problema? Ang babalikan mo yung problem 3 mo. Analysis. Okay? So, yun. And then you strategize. You strategize. Paano? To answer the question, how do we get there? So, again, yung kanina, where are we now? Paano masasagot yan? Through the community diagnosis, through the situational analysis, through the problem 3 analysis. Tapos, ano yung susunod? Where do we want to go? So, goals and objectives. And then, how do we get there? That's strategic planning, or strategize and activity setting. So, it basically, yun na yung next na step na gagawin ninyo dapat. Yun na yung sa implementation. Yun na yung you will develop now the program. Kasi you will strategize now. Dapat doon sa program na yon, sa project proposal mo, sa training design mo, kailangan klarado kung paano mong mamimit yung mga goals and objectives. No? So, klarado dapat ang steps. Klarado dapat ang mga resources na kailangan, yung patutunguhan, and also clear din ang evaluation metrics mo. No? Yung mga evaluation indicators mo of the progress. Okay, so, yan. Kung, actually, marami pa in terms of evaluation. Pero again, hindi ko na rin yan i-discuss specifically. Kasi si Sir Nemi at si Ma'am Teresa Linda also has a very exhaustive discussion rin dyan. So what I really want for you to have, to leave with you in this session is yung simplicity of taking care of the community. You don't need to be overwhelmed. Kailangan lang, alam mo yung mga patutunguhan mo. Alam mo yung kailangan mong makuha na data. Alam mo kung anong gagawin mo sa mga data na yon. Alam mo how you're going to analyze those data, and the problem tree will be able to help you. And of course, when in terms of analysis, hindi ka naman mag-analyze at gagawa ng diagram on your own. Diba? Ang magiging guide mo para makagawa ka ng diagram ng matino is also your reading, the literatures. Parang yung pathophysiology, pag gumagawa ka, hindi ka naman makakagawa ng pathophysiology on your own without your knowledge of the anatomy and physiology, and also without the knowledge of pathology, of the abnormality, that is going on, or the abnormal functioning that is happening because of certain abnormality in structure. So, yun. Kaya ka lang makakagawa ng pathophysiological diagram because you have an understanding of those concepts already. So, in the same manner, ganun din sa problem tree analysis. Yung mga problems na yan sa community, kailangan din nating maintindihan. And so, we continue to do research. We continue to read, find adequate literatures that will help us understand. Ano yung mga dapat nahanapin na literatures? Related studies. Related studies that were previously conducted, because they will provide us rich source of information that will help you, that will guide you in your decision making. Para makapag-decide ka na, ito pala ay probable cause. Ito pala ay possible health implication because of this core problem. Do you get it? No. So yun. Yun nga, magkakaiba man minsan ng terms at magkakaiba man minsan ng format, pero iisa lang naman yung storya, diba, ng pag-aalaga sa pasyente, sa kliyente. Diba? We always go by the steps of assessment, diagnosis, planning, implementation, intervention. It's just that nakukomplicate lang kasi magkakaiba ang characteristics ng client natin. Na nung una, individual, tas naging family, tas ngayon population groups, and the whole community. Okay? So, if hindi mo pa ganong gamay, the differences, then befriend Maglaya. I hope that you will continue to read, because Dr. Araceli Maglaya actually has given us, a very good methodology, on how to take care of the community. Although, of course, meron namang ibang framework that we can use. Pero Dr. Maglaya already, the reason why we have been using the framework that is suggested or by Dr. Maglaya and her associates, it's because it presents a very thorough methodology, a very thorough framework, na nakaangkla doon lahat ng planning steps natin. Lahat ng mga strategies natin in taking care, in rendering healthcare, to the community and its people. Okay? So, yun nga, as I've said, I will not be discussing yung specific details kasi nandun naman sa lecture, di ba? Ni Sir Nemi at ni Ma'am Teres, especially yung kay Sir Nemi, yung sa training design and project design. So maybe what I will just ask from you is, if you happen to experience a difficulty, no, in doing doing the training design and the project proposal, feel free to message me. Okay? Kasi yan na naman. Wait, pagdating sa training design, pagdating sa project proposal, may different format yan eh. Pero ang kailangan lang naman dyan be simple. Kailangan alam mo yung gusto mong mangyari. At alam mo, nakaklarado na nakalagay paano mong gagawin yon. Okay? And syempre kasama dyan yung time frame. Diba? Yung Gantt chart ninyo. No? Para yung pagta-target. Yan. So, yeah, I really wanted to have a face-to-face interaction now with everybody. Iba pa rin, di ba? Kasi mabilis mag-troubleshoot. Unlike ngayon, I'm just recording this session. But I hope that this helps kahit papano. Okay, and please listen to the recorded lectures no, of Dr. Sugay, Sir Nemi, Ma'am Teres, and also, yeah, continue studying the remaining lectures, the remaining modules for community health nursing too. And hopefully all of these will prepare you for next year as you will do your actual community immersion. Okay? Thank you everyone for joining me in this session. And again, message me. I'm just a message away, no? In the messenger. Okay? Bye everyone. Take care and stay safe.